and then pick up your dogs on the way home. So we drop our dogs off with a legally blind man. We get in the car. We start driving down the street, and I see Noosa and Harlow go running past us down a city street in San Francisco. Did you know this?
Oh my God.
Did you know that he just opened the door and Noosa and Harlow ran the streets of San Francisco?
Oh
Yeah. Thanks, Luke.
Yeah.
Since you've known Luke's a child now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Luke-
and I haven't talked to you since you became a dad.
That's
so
right.
like, we're both
So
dads.
weird.
We all got older. Yeah.
Everyone here's a dad
Cheers.
except for Joe's
Praino.
sperm doesn't work.
Joe's a dad. He just
Oh.
doesn't know about it.
Oh, my sperm works. I'm just not a father.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. You're not a good one.
I'm not a dad. I don't know. Whatever.
You're an
It's
absentee
You're
Yeah.
absentee.
father.
it's absentee.
You're a
I
20-year
offered to be
reunion
around.
father.
It doesn't want to hang out with
Now,
me.
we're going to air this on Halloween, correct? This is going out on Halloween. That's why Jason's dressed as...
Fat Jason.
Hey, I don't feel so fat in this costume.
It looks
Feels
like
okay. It's kind of roomy.
it looks like someone gave you a hot Carl with their period blood.
A what?
A hot Carl. That's when they shit on your chest.
I thought that was a Philly steamer.
I always
No.
get those two back.
Cleveland steamer. No, I think Cleveland steamer's when you lay under a glass table and they shit on the table.
These
I
might be
thought-
regional terms too.
Yeah.
You know, if
True.
you grew up in one area,
Well, I mean, the
you
Amish
call it a Cleveland steamer. I didn't even know what Cleveland was until I was in high school.
the Amish butter churner's not going to change from Lancaster to Ohio. Outfit. It's so you.
I love that he spoons her and then she's an open-faced peanut butter sandwich.
Careful though, she does listen to the show.
Yeah, she does.
I know.
And
Well,
we,
I just-
and we both.
No,
You
I'm
just
just
said you
saying-
spoon
No,
her.
you're
way.
good. You've
In a
been
good
good.
way.
You've been
Jeez,
good. But on a
jeez.
roll, you might.
Yeah.
I have this
Fuck up.
theory. I have this theory. Like, he doesn't show up for months sometimes.
Yeah.
And I have a theory. He says it's because he was busy or that. My theory is that I said something that pissed off the boss, and that's why he's
And he
banned
was on
from-
probation.
Oh, is
Yep.
that what happened?
I'm an American.
That's right.
I don't have
free.
to tell you shit.
That's right.
Well, Luke has a child now. Luke lives in Germany, and we're glad to have you back. How long are you here?
Just a week.
Oh, good.
Came in, worked some business.
When are you going
Germany
back? When are
is
you going
a-
home?
I'm going home Thursday.
Oh, sweet.
He had to move there as an albino.
I was going to say,
because
Germany, a great place to be
he-
if you're extra white.
Yeah, he's the white. It
You're
was
double
there,
white.
there, South Africa.
What exactly do you do with the DNA? I'm curious.
I'll tell you what I do with my DNA.
Wait, my DNA?
With your analysis.
Oh, yeah. So we were talking about this before the show that my job right now, I do like DNA analysis software. So for figuring out organ donations and blood transfusions, that kind of thing.
So he'll like set it all up.
Amazing.
One time we got kicked off iTunes, and he went over to Apple and just walked into Apple and talked somebody into letting us back
It
on.
was like going into Cheers. They're like, Luke!
Didn't you know a bunch of people there?
Yeah, and then then you guys got banned 2 weeks later, and I had to go do it over again. I'm like, no, really, this time we figured it out.
They'll,
time it's gonna
they'll
work.
stop calling everybody a
The
cunt.
Explicit.
No, that was
check
when
box.
I think that was the Apple sisters.
Oh, that was bad.
That was bad. That was very bad. That is something we could get Me Too'd for.
Well, I didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything.
I'm good to go.
We know who did it. Yeah. I think we could get... There's a lot of things we could get Me Too'd for. There's a hashtag waiting for us.
I could probably Me Too you.
That's why it's
I
ridiculous.
could Me
like,
Too you too.
Me three.
I didn't do anything to you.
No, you Me Too'd other people that I observed.
No, you didn't. You felt victimized in that situation?
I felt victimized when I showed you my penis.
You identified.
I'm suing everybody on this fucking bus.
It's
Yeah.
a hard time.
I can't believe you even
today.
hired Rachel. Like, she's literally...
Waiting to
yeah,
happen?
yeah.
You know, it's funny.
She's
it's
going to
funny.
own the bus. She's going to pull out one day and be like, I own this fucking bus later.
That's the whole
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah.
She
Rachel
doesn't
and I are
want
in on
to
it.
own this bus.
She's not going to sue me. I'm just going to... That's
You
the,
don't think so?
But it's funny that like, I was thinking
We
about
already
that on the
talked
way over
about
here.
that, didn't we, Rachel? We had that talk. It's an oral contract. I did one of the Craig
Please don't
Glazer.
say oral in front of
There-
Rachel. I
there's a-
don't want to be here when you get...
There's a comedy club owner who's recently passed away who used to be on the show a lot, Craig Glazer. And he owned a comedy club, and he used to have his waitresses sign a like NDA saying they were going to be sexually harassed. And
Yeah, that's
they,
not legal.
they would all sign
We're
it.
starting. This is
and,
yeah. This
and
is-
I read it one day. I think I read it on the show, but I was like, Craig, this doesn't uphold.
It's more like a confession when you read it.
part
The
of the
first
job.
part of a contract is you can't be doing something illegal. And he's like, what do you mean it's not illegal? I'm just telling them, I might grab their ass once in a while. That's right. And I'm
That's how
like,
we do it around here.
I'm like, you cannot do that. So Rachel and I have an oral contract. Did that turn you on again?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oral
stop.
contract.
Stop.
Legally binding.
Yeah. Well,
I'm about to turn Jason into a jelly and fluffernutter.
I can't ruin this. I got to wear it tomorrow.
all right. So, Claude, thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
Thanks. I haven't seen you since we were stuck in 150 degrees in the desert.
120 degrees San Bernardino. I think we were shooting like 20 comedy specials. over
Yeah,
that one
they
weekend.
shot my special. Showtime decided to do it when it was 120 degrees and the air conditioner broke at the theater,
Ugh,
and they still shot it
In San Bernardino.
in San Bernardino.
the fabulous.
How did
San
everybody
Bernardino.
like it?
It came out great.
Yeah, Claude was working on it. How did you get the sweat off everyone?
Yeah, I was
Oh
gonna say.
my god!
Because everyone
That
was dripping.
That was actually kind of we had Melanie Carmacho, and she was a few minutes short on her sets. She came back the next night, and I was like, guys, somebody needs to go up there. Somebody needs to go up there and spray water all over her face. Do you know what I mean? Because there's no way this footage is gonna match.
You-
You, know,
you
it's
sh-
literally like a dewdrop.
You should have had a
everywhere.
thing in the beginning of her set, like her opening joke. Someone throws a bucket of water on her.
So the Gatorade closed. So yeah, that was 120 degrees, 22 comedy specials. Neil Marshall, Scott Montoya.
Ian Bagg
Yes.
did it. Jay Moore, and I just remember everybody sweating so bad. So I know this trick from all my CrossFit shit. I went backstage and drank like 6 or 7 bottles of water and just completely hydrated myself. And if you notice, someone doesn't sweat. I don't sweat because my body, I cooled my inner temperature, my core temperature, so I didn't sweat through the whole thing. It's my secret. But the fans were going, like not the people in the
Yes.
audience. They had those fucking
Massive.
You know
Which
the
are great for
fans
audio.
inside the grid, like
Yeah.
the grates, so you don't like cut a finger off. They had those going on the sides of the stage, and every once in a while, like a fucking techie, like a roadie would come in and move it. And you know what, those fans, when they hit the metal, it goes gunk, 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 gunk.
Yeah.
You'd be in the middle of a joke, and I swear I would look at the guy, like the PA, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
"Don't do it! Don't! Why are you gonna move it
Right now,
Why are
yeah.
you gonna move it?" And all of
Yeah.
a sudden, I'd go for the joke, and it would go conk, 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 conk. Everyone in the audience had like
Yes.
hand fans.
Why
Yes.
not? Why not push it a night?
And they were like, well, that wasn't our show. That was me getting in,
Right.
kind of my introduction to the industry is working on those jobs. But yeah, it's because everybody's on a budget. Everybody's trying to squeeze it in. And
Tommy
like,
Chong was having
Tommy-
diarrhea.
Dude, they-
up
Oh,
in
I
the-
heard about. That's when they
Yes.
took him out on a
Yes.
stretcher.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
that.
I heard about this.
they were
event.
like, yeah, and they were like, and I was like, guys, did anybody think about shooting audience shots like maybe when the AC was working? You know what I mean? Like it would cost you less to bring in an audience and just shoot the shots. But that's just everybody's on budget, and like literally, it's half a day's budget when you have think about it, 35 crew, an average $1,000 a
Yeah, you
person
can't
per
shoot the
day.
next
It's
day.
like. It's like, oh my God, it's like just putting us on hold cost $35,000.
But you could possibly. I did a show in
So
Australia.
Joe, that's
where-
why $35,000.
yeah, $35,000, which
Or probably more.
Luke could have paid for with his bitcoins and
Right.
fixed everything.
You could find those.
I like how Luke. This is how rich Luke is. He's like, yeah, I don't know. They're somewhere. I don't really care.
I got a real
They're
serious
somewhere.
question for Luke
Yeah.
because Luke would know. Has singularity happened?
How would you know?
That's what I'm wondering. You would know.
Why are you taking this down that? Now you're gonna. I'm
Because I
already-
got him in the room.
I'm having nightmares as it is.
I got him in the room.
Why
and
are
he-
you having nightmares? I did Singularity University, the week-long course up there. It was awesome.
No, I'm just terrified that we're moving towards this AI, and like Jason said, like we're there.
Yeah, well, we're kind of. I'm curious
I
about
don't
the
even know what
DNA.
singular.
The
Isn't
DNA
that
is
the
just
Michael
code,
Keaton movie
right?
where he clones himself?
It is. Well, it can be.
DNA is just code, is what we're saying. It's
Luke's
just-
in on it.
Exactly. It's an algorithm.
Is it?
Is
It's a
it?
biological. Yeah.
God, I miss alcohol so fucking bad.
In a world filled
Why,
with
are you
danger.
doing
You can
sober
have one beer,
October?
can't you?
No, but you know what I do have in here? No, I have some marijuana.
What?
That would make it. Maybe I'll save it for the second show. That'll give me a lot because you guys have seen how I shut down.
So, are you worried about the Singularity? Really?
No, I think I can cut a deal.
You got a
I think
deal.
yeah.
Yeah, I think. Well,
What's singularity? I don't
It's
even.
when AI surpasses humanity.
Well-
It's when the speed of the computers actually supersedes the speed of the human brain. Is that right?
I don't know. I
I love how we have all these.
Come on,
geniuses
Lou.
I
in the
know,
room.
the
no,
com-
be
I
straight
thought,
with
I
us.
thought the singularity is when man and machine merge. Like that was kind
well,
of
that's
like,
that's
I'm
a
glad
theory.
I
That's a
don't know.
theory.
I'm glad I asked.
It's
so
almost
I can
like the
find out none of
apocalypse.
you
There's
knew either.
theories, right?
Right,
There's like
right.
post-dispensational singularity.
Well, I mean, we're kind of, if you
Predispensational
think about it, like
singularity.
your cell phone. I just read something the other day, like some article on LinkedIn, that your cell phone has $900,000 worth of applications in 1992. Like just the thing in your pockets. Like each one of them is worth $1 million or more. You know what I mean?
because
Just
all
your
the different apps that you have. in there.
GPS,
Oh.
messaging, voice conferencing, video calling. Like, I mean, just a GPS tracker alone was like $151,000 for one. You know what I mean?
Well, I feel like you have it in your hand and you have it there so much that it's almost like you don't really need any knowledge because everything you need is there. So you're not using your brain anymore. You're just a vessel, and your brain is now your phone.
Yeah.
So your phone's your brain, and you're just kind of
Do you see that Tales
Access
from
it.
the Dark Side? where
like the phone's your engine, your brain's your transmission.
Black Mirror.
Was it Black? No,
Black
no.
Mirror.
This is old.
No, Black
There's an
Mirror is amazing
old
though,
one.
right?
There's an old one where this guy was like he was
Remember the good old days when the
developmentally
show didn't
disabled?
suck?
Uh-huh.
and then but everybody got
What the fuck is happening?
When television didn't
Last
suck.
time I was here, we were
Everybody
traveling
learned
the
from
country.
AI.
Fucking.
Let's do some crosstalk right
Just
now.
got
Hey,
on a
everybody,
conversation
you know,
Joe can't keep up with.
when
Ask him what happened to the Dodgers Red Sox game, and he'll want to fucking talk the whole show.
you guys want to fight or what?
Who were you cheering for?
I was cheering for Al Qaeda. Fuck the Dodgers and the Red Sox.
Why would you yell on it? We're being amplified outside.
Sorry, guys.
And he's
Sorry,
louder than
everybody.
all of
everybody.
Los
That was
Angeles.
Is he?
you're,
Yeah,
Eddie's
he's way
absolutely
louder,
right.
man.
That was
Come
a dated
on.
reference. I was cheering for ISIS.
Yeah, well, he's
Much better.
killing me.
Much better.
What?
Oh, no,
Why is he louder than everyone
Yeah,
out there?
why is he so fucking loud?
Joe's so loud, and we want him to be the
'Cause I'm
least
better at
loud.
using a
Well, I mean, we
microphone.
hear it though. What's it sound like in the mix?
No, he does
Yeah.
do the Whitney Houston hold like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, he's uptight, man.
Did you ever
It's not-
know that
doesn't
you're
sound different to
my
you?
hero? Is that how I won you over today?
No, I didn't like that at all.
I called him and sang Whitney Houston.
I don't like it when you sing to me. I don't know how to
That's Bette
respond.
Midler.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like, how do you
That is Bette
respond to
Silence
that?
is the
I'm
best
just
answer.
like,
That's one
I'm
I
making
know.
dinner for not like a bad maniac.
Midler. A bad maniac.
Your child?
He's like Mike Myers meets like a
So you-
gremlin from the Gremlins movie.
Stripe.
What is?
Yeah.
What's the kid for
And-
Halloween?
I'm just
Himself.
gonna take his shirt off and let him run around the neighborhood for a couple hours.
That's a weird dad
Nice.
move. But oh, so he's poor for
He'll probably,
Halloween.
he'll be, yeah.
Oh, you're poor for Halloween.
Jason wants
And
to.
Christmas.
Jason wants to meet friends.
Yeah.
I
How old is he now?
2. He turned 2.
Two? Oh my
yeah,
God.
Get the kid a fucking bumblebee
kidding. Oh my
outfit or
God.
something.
Oh no, he's got an outfit. He's a
As I said, what is he gonna be
he's
for
a
Halloween?
Paw Patrol guy.
which one?
Oh, I love Paw Patrol.
Chase.
Oh, Chase. He likes Chase the
Oh,
best.
he likes
Chase
Chase.
is on the case.
He likes Chase.
Is he
and
like
likes
Sky?
Rubble.
Is he like Sky? What happened
Rubble
to
on
this
the double.
show?
Yeah.
He likes Rubble
See?
way more than Sky.
man.
I like Rubble on the double too.
Rubble on the
Yeah.
double.
I hate that fucking Dalmatian though.
Well, you know it's
he really works.
We're
too hard for
really.
those
This
jokes.
is 2018. This
I've
is what
always
we
wanted
come
to review a
We're having
kid's
a
show.
Paw Patrol.
Let's
just
do,
did it.
let's
You
do
just
like a
did it.
let's
Hey,
do,
you know what this is
Yeah.
good? You know what time it is? Crosstalk.
Hey,
Hey,
you know,
crosstalk. Everybody just
the
talk.
other
Have
day
you done
I
crosstalk?
realized
that
It's great. Have a
subdermal
full conversation.
hematoma
We all
is-
have it at the same exact time.
Should I talk to you about things?
No,
or
I'm
should I
just going to
him
talk to
about
Luke
things?
about what I think
what do you
about
Because I could go
the
on a
time that Luke and I
monologue
went out
rant,
with that porn
or I
star,
could
and then
actually
she
try to
died
have a
years later.
conversation with
And
you
you just
and
jump in
Joe.
and keep
Do you
having a
enjoy
conversation.
it?
Because you know,
Full
Joe,
conversation.
So I
How
was
does
out
it
with
go?
one of the
Luke.
guys
Like
that
working
taught me
with
how to
this whole
surf.
thing?
I tried
You
to
wasn't
set the
acting
porn
very
star
nice,
up with
creepy
Luke.
guy.
Like,
Luke took her
tried.
out.
He's fucking
It's
degenerate.
I
a
set him up with her. Then
experience.
Were you a
he
fan of
walked
the
her
show?
home.
Almost like
He got her in
using
the
the
door. He
force.
was going to fuck
You
her.
gotta
And
let
she's
go.
like, "Where's Eddie?"
like
He's
in
like,
Crosstalk.
"Eddie went
And
home."
Eddie's not talking to
And
anybody.
then I came running back to save him
Cincinnati.
because I was
You're just telling the
weirded out
story.
that I thought the porn
Where's your
girl was going
interaction? I don't
to. No, I'm
even
not
know what he's
interacting.
talking
I'm
about.
telling the story
Thank
about
you.
Luke.
No, you give me
I
some
think we can
potato
do the whole
salad.
podcast like this. Let's try and keep this up. Let's try and keep it up.
This was there.
Do about
and
an
it wasn't
hour of
sure,
this?
and I
The police
tell
are
you
here?
what, someone
The
like
police
this
are
was
here.
a real
ISIS
girlfriend,
reference.
and I wasn't ready for that yet.
Somebody said I said.
How much
That's a
fun
good
is
closeout.
crosstalk?
It is fun.
It's like
I think I
relaxing.
did hear you guys.
It's like
do
a
that.
Meisner
Maybe
thing.
Fairbanks is here. I only listen when you have really great guests.
Yeah. Oh, you do listen? Thanks.
Occasionally,
Okay. The
I listen.
Fairbanks
I listen to
crosstalk is still
Gareth.
the
I listen to Fairbanks.
Fairbanks.
Yeah, I was just not
He's
even
actually
great guests, just
dealing
people I
cards to
like.
everybody.
We're at the Hollywood Improv right now, and Chris Fairbanks is in there right now, so we might be
Inside.
able to sneak him. And Henry
Oh,
Phillips
great.
is here too.
Oh my god.
So, but I think Henry's one of my favorite drunks, and I think he doesn't drink much anymore. So, I don't know if I want him out here sober. He's so much fun.
Am
when
I
he's
one of your
drunk.
favorite drunks?
You're a great drunk.
I am a great drunk.
You're
right?
a
great drunk?
fucking
He's
great
I'm a
affectionate.
fantastic drunk.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
I love
you're
it.
a little-
Jason's a good drunk.
Yeah, I do all right.
Whenever we were
You
on the
just get
road,
high a
I'd
lot,
be
Clark.
drunk and
Yes.
high, and they'd
Yeah.
be like, "You're way
I-
funnier now."
Yeah, he's way.
He's always shitting on my sober persona.
You're kind of a shy guy, and
Oh,
then you
that's
get
hard.
drunk, and all of a sudden you're a fucking maniac.
I
You
got
know, a
my
lot of
Bingle.
dudes are
I got my
maniacs
Bingle
when they're
Fest
drunk.
cup. This has got to be a collector's edition,
How funny
right?
is that? We've got like 500 of them.
That's
super
amazing.
limited.
Super limited.
Bingle Fest.
The best event that never happened.
We're
Yeah.
actually talking about doing the Venice Comedy Festival next year.
Nice. I'm in. I
Are you
agreed
in?
to do it.
In
Okay.
Venice, Italy, or
October
Venice,
here,
California?
Venice, California.
Oh, nice.
That'd be
Wait a
fun.
second.
I'm a local.
You have to
Hold
talk.
on.
Somebody. You have to talk to the mayor.
Yeah, what's going
Mister.
on? No, I've lost my position down there. I have no.
You renounced it.
Well, I mean, everybody's gone. Most of the people are gone.
Jason used to run Venice.
Oh, awesome!
Just the
awesome.
beach area.
I used to live on Superba back when I could, when I was single in 2006.
Yeah, probably made him coffee.
Yeah, we probably did. We
Yeah,
probably did. Did you go to
did you-
Abbott's Habit, or did you?
No, I
He was
down on the
Groundworks.
beach, Groundwork.
Oh my God!
You know
Yeah,
what-
totally.
you
That's where I
remember the
recognize
sushi
you.
joint?
Yes.
Yeah, I used to like
So that would be
tear
like
that shit up.
that would be like a perfect place to do the festival. That little circle. Like,
Yeah.
right, you know what I mean?
I used to do them
Keep it
illegally.
small.
They sent 17 units at me one night from the LAPD because I fucking put on a concert
Where?
Without a permit?
at the Patch. Before
What is
you and
the
I hung out,
Patch?
we used to do crazy. Where you live,
I know, but where?
the
Where
groundwork, that
specifically?
little area.
Oh,
that
just
little,
the,
where
just
the peace
the end of
symbol
Westminster.
is gone, right?
Yeah,
Is the
got
peace symbol
no,
gone?
they put it back. Yeah.
Okay, where the peace symbol was, right
Yeah.
there. Yeah. We
That's
would
the
do-
Patch.
That's where we did the Thanksgiving dinner every year.
dude,
Yeah.
We'll talk.
Yeah,
On
well,
air and off air about
Actually,
it,
I
but
do
think
know
we
a
should
lot
do
of
it.
people
We should-
still down there in that block.
And look,
so-
we want to do what we want to do is we want to like make the festival small and like cool in Venice. And then if you can't have access, we'll provide it on the app.
Are you friends with Devlin and Bronson?
I feel like
They run the
Townhouse.
underground at
I
Townhouse.
think Heimbold is.
Yeah.
But
Eric?
Yes.
That's,
Oh my
we've
God.
Done,
Yes.
we've
It's
had it on the,
actual-
with the kid that
yes.
made the Coney video on the
Yes.
roof with
Yes.
the.
At the
Oh
Whaler.
my God!
That's right.
That's what I remember you.
It's not from comedy.
It's from
From
hanging
the
out.
dark side.
And the myth lives on.
Every single person I know in my life, when they get around Jason, all of a sudden they're like, I know this guy. When we,
It's like Eyes Wide Shut.
I had to go meet
password
executive.
for the
I had to go
house.
meet a whole bunch of
That made me
executive
break a sweat.
producers for
the sweaters.
when they were going to make this into a TV show. They had me meet with like 20 different executive producers. I meet this guy that I really like. Oh fuck.
Oh,
How's everyone doing? My ass crack is showing. No, I'm leaving. I just didn't. What the fuck?
Sit down.
My car's getting pulled.
Nobody gives a shit
My
about
car's
your
getting pulled
car.
up. This is
Bert-
fucking
Bert-
awesome.
Bert Kreischer,
I've never
ladies
been
and
in
gentlemen.
here.
Have you never been in
Never
here?
been in here. This is fucking awesome. It's airing right
you
there.
got
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like
Too.
watching it, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, are they in the fucking bus right now?
Yes, and we're talking about. Have you ever met this guy before?
we know
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I'm trying to. Everybody knows him from somewhere else.
The legend and talent. Remember the post?
Oh,
thing?
the
Yeah.
legend and the talent.
Yeah.
So he's the legend, you're the talent.
Yeah, don't you remember that?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember yesterday. I really don't. I'm like losing my. I have Alzheimer's, I think.
I
Oh,
think
you
I've got
too?
it. I think
Yeah.
I
Sing
got it.
songs on the radio. Sing along. That helps.
Play
Sing
Sudoku.
a
Dude,
song.
I can't remember lyrics from radio from songs now.
You gotta
Like
start doing
when I was
that.
in college, I could sing any song. Little Diddy, about Jack,
Jack
and
and
Diane,
Diane. Two American
Kids
kids
going
doing the best
they
they
in the heartland.
In the heartland.
Fuck, we got
Johnny's
it. man.
gonna make.
no, that's one of the therapies
football.
for Alzheimer's and dementia.
The singing
Singing
song.
along with songs that you know.
That's how you stop it from
That's how,
happening.
yeah, it's preventative. And read.
No, that's how you start it.
Jack and Diane has killed millions.
Well,
So
it
you
wasn't-
are you doing your podcast out of here once a week?
Yeah, we do it every Tuesday night here.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I
Dude,
didn't want
I'm
to bug
here.
you.
I'm in town on Tuesdays.
I was talking about you on Kevin and Bean today. I don't know if I revealed our little secret about how you have cleithrophobia too.
Oh, which
Your
one?
fear of being trapped.
Oh,
Yeah. Can you
Hardcore.
Can you Matt? So they
Shut
now
the door.
They now move studios, and you have to ride an elevator to get to their show. And I was like, I got there. I'm like, guys, I can't come up.
Oh, fuck that.
yeah.
You don't
Dude.
ride elevators either?
No, I can. I'm okay with elevators, but if
Can't ride
the
roller
elevator
coasters.
slows at 1 where it goes and goes and goes, I start panicking hard as fuck.
Are you still sober?
End the
Yeah,
ride.
yeah.
What do you have? How many more days?
Tomorrow night at midnight.
Are you gonna go nuts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat an edible, and then I got a 6 a.m. flight.
I'm sober, but I don't want to be.
What,
I have
pointed?
I have stomach
I
issues.
just want you all to define.
Oh yeah, I heard about
sober.
that.
Yeah, really bad.
No booze, no
Truthfully.
drugs, no alcohol. Yeah.
No booze,
That's
no
it.
drugs, no alcohol.
Yeah, that's it. No, nothing.
I'll give
No
you-
pills,
Fine
no
drugs.
no NyQuil, no anything.
I'll give you one to add next year.
What's that?
Add sugar.
What do you
Oh
consider?
fuck that,
The
dude!
hardest
I've
thing in
been
the world.
I've been me tooing fucking treats. Like there's no safe treat. I've been eating.
I like that you were gonna say murdering, and then you thought of something worse. You're like, I've been me doing
That's
that.
worse than
Me
murder
tooing's
now,
worse than
isn't
murder.
it?
Yeah.
You can kill someone and get out of jail. You don't get out of jail with me too.
You kill somebody, you can still have a career.
Yeah.
That's a good one to leave on. I'm gonna go get my car. I love you.
Get
I'll
out
talk
of
to
here.
you guys
People want
later.
you. Bye, Bert.
See, Bert.
Oh
my goodness!
Did we just see his ass?
I saw like a Simpson character.
Who was that?
That was Dave Attell, ladies
Oh
and
wow,
gentlemen.
David
Dave
Attell.
Attell.
He's really
Yes.
fallen on hard times.
Yes, his daughter did that. I'm in Spokane, Washington, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Remember when we killed it in Spokane?
I do remember that.
Well, I'm back there again, and I'm wondering if it's going to be the same because Attell was there last week, so I've got to follow an Attell week. It was
well,
probably,
they won't. The same people won't come.
No, not at all.
No.
But I'm saying I'll get there, and they'll be like, well, it's weird. We were all sold out.
Right.
Last Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 shows Friday, 4 shows Saturday.
You're probably the guy that they said was going to be there when people called and Attell was sold out. They're like, sorry, but
So-
Eddie
yeah.
If's here next week.
Yep, that's
And
what
then
I'm
people
getting.
Googled you and got
So
mad.
please, if you're from Spokane, Washington, and you were one of the 7,000 people that showed us to see us when we were on tour, come out and see me at the Spokane Comedy
that was a
Club.
great club.
That was a fun little. But we're across. The club is across the Spokane Comedy Club.
Yeah, I remember.
We didn't play there.
Didn't we go? Isn't that the one we did with Ian Bagg?
No, that was Tacoma.
Same people.
owners. Same owners.
sign.
And now they own.
I'm sure it's just as great.
Now they own Skyline in Appleton.
What's the name of
Wow.
the Spokane Comedy Club?
The Spokane Comedy Club.
That's what it's called, the Spokane
Yeah.
Comedy Club?
I think that if you
Is it beautiful?
did Bert. Is that how Bert
That's
left?
Bert's ride. He's here.
Bert gets a
Oh,
police
now, I
escort.
now I remember
Twinkie.
Spokane. Maybe the 5 people who came and saw us will go back.
Did you have to say it?
That was the worst show of the whole
The
thing.
worst
Do you know
show.
that when Mount Rainier blows, it's gonna kill like 70,000 people in minutes, like 8
I like-
minutes.
I like how he picked the random number
Yeah.
of 70,000.
No, it's like 70,000 residents live in the fucking mud flow through from
Tag
Rainier
in.
popping.
Google that.
But it is beautiful. Oh, shit.
Google that.
Here we go. Bring it. Bring it.
But it is beautiful, though.
Yeah.
When Mount St.
How
Helens
many
erupted.
people are going to die when Mount Rainier blows?
When did Mount St. Helens erupt? Anybody? No?
It might be 40.
What's going on? Is there a
80s?
riot out there, Rachel?
1980.
Mario costume screen at someone.
Get him in here.
No, wait.
Why not?
He could be a fucking tweaker. I saw a clown beat the fuck out of somebody once. You don't
Really?
want to like, you know, just because he's got a
I don't
costume,
wanna
he's
be
your
beating
friend.
the
We
fuck
can
out
take
of.
him. Look at Tegan. He can fucking
Looks
take
on
him.
him. Yeah.
We have an albino. He'll turn him into powder.
Rainier.
Mate, Rainier.
I realize that your show is airing on Halloween, so you guys are in costume. I'm totally okay with that. But the people who go out like on a Tuesday, the 30th, in costume, what the fuck are they doing?
He probably got lost from Sunset.
I'm telling you, Halloween is becoming the most popular holiday in
It's
America,
so
and it's turning
fucking
into like a
lame.
5 to 7 day event.
It should be
It's turning
one
into,
day, way bigger party on one day.
As opposed to being like
Well,
Mardi
it-
Gras.
This extended
Well, Halloween's
week
picking
thing.
up
It
down there
fell
now,
in the
too.
middle of the week
It's huge,
too.
right?
Here's my thing. If you're too old to go out on a Wednesday night and be hungover at work on a Thursday, you're too old to dress up for Halloween.
Hey, we have to go out with kids.
What do you
We
mean?
got
Yeah, I'm
we
going
got
out
to
with
do
it.
Yeah, you're gonna go out with them
I'm
tomorrow
like, honey,
and
do
trick
you
or
wanna
treat,
trick or
right?
treat or take it
Yeah.
home? Like,
Yeah.
can I walk with it?
So-
I'll stay
At
home.
like
You know, I'll stay
4:30.
home.
Kids
I'll
get
talk
to
about
do their
candy.
Halloween
And then
thing
I'm
on a
like annoyed.
Wednesday.
Like, what the fuck? Like,
It's the people
kids.
that were out last
Gotta
Saturday in
watch fucking
costumes. Fucking kill
Black
yourself.
Mirror.
I am going to. We just had crosstalk without even knowing.
Yeah,
it.
it's my fault.
There were two.
Black
there were
Mirror. Dude, Black Mirror.
It's a good show.
Good show.
This I feel like this bus is like that one episode of Black Mirror where the
The kid gets the game thing. In
no
his
where the
head.
thing talks to people
Oh my
outside.
God, that's the character.
Yeah.
and he's- yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck yeah, man. Yeah.
You didn't find anything? Nobody's finding anything about this Mount Rainier.
Have you ever been on top of Mount Rainier? There's a hotel there, like
No.
The Shining. It's called Paradise.
Yeah,
And it's
Bert.
frozen.
So funny. Bert and I
Uh-huh.
went last year. We were both working in Portland,
Mm-hmm.
and we went skiing, and we went to Mount Hood,
Uh-huh.
where the Shining Hotel is.
Okay, yeah, the actual
Hotel where they
So
filmed.
there's in
Stanley,
Colorado.
right? Something like that.
No.
The Stanley's in Colorado.
Yeah.
And Estes Park, yeah.
The Shining
But the one that they shot in
is in Mount Hood Meadows, or I forget where it was, Mount Hood, but it was.
Right.
They've redone it. It's actually pretty nice. It's not creepy. It's a little ominous, like you see it up on this hill, and you're like, ugh. But it's like all nice architecture. It's not like if I saw the Shining Hotel, I would have turned around and been like, I'm not fucking skiing here. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I just went in a maze though. Like speaking of the Shining
Over
Hotel.
at the
that.
pumpkin
See, that
patch.
Did you go in it?
Yeah.
Did you freak out?
I gave.
See, that-
I came
this
back
is
out.
some fucking bullshit.
It's Halloween.
When I go on the road with you, you refuse to take an elevator. Now you're doing fucking mazes.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And I gotta go up and come down the back stairs and unlock you and fucking walk you up and put a sock in the door. And you're going through fucking corn mazes.
Listen,
Why is your elevator shit?
Bring
acting
Izzy on
up
the
again?
road.
You were
She'll
doing
be like,
better.
Dad, get in the
I'm
fucking
gonna get
elevator.
Claustrophobic.
He was
Extremely.
doing better, man. You
Cleatrophobic.
backslid, bro.
I'm fixing it.
Get your faith right.
All right, listen. So Jason and I went to a pumpkin patch, not together. We ran into each other there
Oh, nice.
with our kids, and we see. And one of the things at this
That's why I'm
pumpkin
back on the
patch
show.
You
was
just
a
have 1 2-year-old.
Yeah.
was a maze.
Anyway, go ahead.
They have a
Sorry.
maze
Uh-huh.
that is pretty like intense. It was like 10 feet high, so you can't like look over. And there were certain
It's
points where I
legit,
was,
dude. I got a little like, I can't find my way out.
yeah, I was
That
a little
would freak me out.
panicky.
I just backtracked.
The Shining.
You had to back out. You didn't
I
make
backed
it.
Isn't
to the
there a
Well-
thing where if you just put your hand on one of the
But-
walls, like eventually you'll get let out? Might
But-
not be the most.
I think you
direct
could
route, but
go through the corn,
Yeah.
but you've seen Children of the Corn. You know what happens in there.
You know what happens there? Malachi.
Malachi.
Everybody knows Malachi.
Everybody hears.
Son of a bitch. You too, Malachi.
That was a fucking scary
That was
movie.
scary. That's when
And
shit
that
was
guy,
scary.
that
New
star
Halloween
of that,
looks awesome. Sorry.
that star of that Malachi was in Hard Bodies.
It was Gary Busey's son, wasn't it?
No,
No,
it's
it
this
looks
redheaded dude that looks like Shaun White.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That he was in Hard Bodies, which was like my first like soft porn.
Yeah,
that I used to beat
yeah.
it
I used to
to.
beat off that first
Yeah.
one, yeah.
Bonded.
Sean White got in trouble.
We all
You
did.
see
No, he
that?
didn't bond.
Did you watch
Shaun
Hard Bodies
White.
2?
Did he? For
Yeah, he's in
what?
Yeah.
trouble for
Me
being
too?
For
simple.
being simple Jack. It's like
He
you can't
dre-
be a character from a movie now.
He dressed up as Simple Jack for Halloween, and they called it offensive. Everything's offensive.
Yeah.
That's offensive. You guys told me that it's story.
It's offensive that he's already in trouble for a Halloween costume and Halloween's tomorrow. That's what's offensive
That's
to me.
hilarious.
I'm gonna be Louis C.K. and I'll get in trouble. I'm sure.
Oh,
Louis got protested at the Comedy Cellar the other night.
Really?
I think it was last
Something
night.
else happened?
Yeah, he went. I think last night, and they people showed up to protest. I'd like to know what those people do for like life. That
They blog and their parents pay their rent.
yeah, like
I imagine.
what, like I care about things, but to get me like even it's tough to get me to vote. I have to mail in ballot.
Yeah.
Like if
The
you
worst thing to
said
give your enemy is time.
yeah, like to march on something.
That
I
was
don't know.
deep. I was like,
that's a
fuck yeah, man.
that's a
I
t-shirt.
was like, yeah.
That's a t-shirt. So Claude, what's this you're like some kind of fucking entrepreneurial
He's a
genius.
comedy super producer. That's what I learned pre-show.
Super
No,
producer.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
just-
producing multiple comedy specials simultaneously. Singularity has happened.
It's occurred.
Oh.
That's a callback,
One
by the
man,
way.
one
for
machine,
this
one
content.
joke.
You must do a ton of blow.
No.
Oh.
Oh my God. Not anymore.
Joe
There was a
does.
day though.
I don't do blow anymore, but if people have blow, I'll
Talk
start
to them
back
after
up.
the show. See me after the show because I'd
I mean,
like
I'll
to.
start
I love
right
the
now.
smell of it.
Not
To
doing
quote
blow
Argus
unless you have it.
Hamilton. No.
No, seriously, does anybody have blow?
No, just
Okay.
comedy specials. Mostly we did Felipe Esparza's for HBO. I don't know if you guys like
Yes.
Felipe,
Yeah.
but that was a lot of fun.
Who directed
That's
it?
Spanish
did.
for
Oh,
Felipe
congratulations.
Esparza.
Thank you. It was a blast. That was the first time, like, you know, as a comic, you're always like, oh, I love this special. Oh, I love this special. And with Felipe, it was the first time, like, somebody had said, like, me and him and his wife sat down, and we're like, we want to put this whole thing. For
Wait
this
a minute.
back-
You had a serious conversation with Felipe Esparza,
Yeah, yeah. Well, what he wanted to do was special. This was like a year and a half ago.
and he actually
Yeah.
stay focused.
Well, no.
and-
It was me
Okay.
and his wife.
Okay.
I should say, and his producer, and like, where we sat down and you know, he wanted to do this whole backdrop of all the, you know, he immigrated to the country illegally, and I don't know if you guys know the story, but it was him and his
Yeah,
two
he's told it
brothers.
on the podcast.
Okay, yeah. So, you know, his two brothers, and one of them had obviously to cross dress, and then he became gay, and that became part of his
That's
whole
what
bit.
did it.
That's what did it. He's like, Mijo, why is he gay? He's like, because he got us into this country, you know? So we got to really do that whole backdrop, but it was funny because we thought, you know, it was going to be a certain price, and then last minute we were going to use a huge LED wall, right, to like create this piece of artwork. And I had a panic attack because I was like, dude, I just did a show with an LED wall. It turned into a fucking disaster. You could see, like, you know, those patterns on shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was like literally like about to cry before we're shooting like a 15 special series, and I couldn't get that to stop on camera.
I know how you
And I was
feel.
like, it was
This
gonna
happens every
ruin
single
every,
night with
like,
the Mevo.
dances
I was
and
literally
shit.
like,
You're
I
a
was.
little
And I
busy.
finally called a friend of mine that was a graphic artist, and he's like, dude, go into Photoshop and put a backdrop in and put some pixels in there and change the, you know, and it was like totally fixed it. But I told Lisa and Felipe, I was like, dude, look, we're not shooting your fucking special with an LED wall. Like, dude, you know, trust me, it's going to be a disaster.
Didn't John Mulaney just do an LED wall on his?
It could, yeah, but
think
now
so.
they've like perfected some of the technology, and like focal length an issue, and there's just a whole other
Singularity.
suite of issues you have to contend with when you're shooting a television with a video camera. And so what I realized was we had to shoot this with like real artwork. So I thought we were gonna save all this money, right? I was like, dude, we're not gonna shoot the LED wall. We're gonna save all this money. And then I found out that artwork was $24,000 to build. You know,
Wow.
so I was like, well, I'm gonna get fired over this.
So
But the
then
good
you
news
had
was-
illegal immigrants paint
Exactly,
it, and
exactly.
the whole thing
So
came
we,
full
yeah,
circle.
exactly. So we built it
So
for,
you know, comics judge other comics special. As a director, do you watch all the other ones and you're watching all the elements?
100%.
So what
yes.
did you like Chris Rock's when he looked like he was on stage and there was a fire on stage?
Which one? Where you
The
talking-
newest one, the Bo
Uh,
Burnham one.
Well, yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that one. I mean, I love Chris Rock. He was great. But
I thought
mean,
Bo
just-
Burnham's special is one of the
I-
best things I've ever seen. His own.
His own special was
Yeah.
great, and that kid, you know, does great and is great, super talented, and you know, Chris is funny across everything. But
Yeah.
you know, it's hard to judge another comic special.
It looked like Thriller, the way he
That's
came
right.
out in like. there was
No,
smoke
I don't
everywhere.
watch
You
a
mean the
lot of
Pepsi
them.
commercial?
Remember the good old days
Yeah.
when Michael's hair caught on fire?
Oh, those are good problems to have.
Oh
huh?
my god!
I don't watch
yeah.
a lot of specials, but I start and then I shut them off. I just don't enjoy comedy. But Adam Sandler's
I've heard.
fantastic.
Don't tell me because I want to go watch it. Everybody's
Oh, what am I
raving
gonna
about
do,
it.
tell you the jokes?
I just-
No, but don't spoil it at all.
I just feel like the special should reflect the comic.
Yeah.
Don't you? Like
Yeah.
it's like, dude, if it's your hometown, it's like if it's where you came from, it's your point of view, and that should all be reflected in
If
the environment.
if I
and,
went
like,
home to Pittsburgh
Yeah.
to do a special, it would just be a theater
Bunch
of
of
people
dudes in
booing me,
towels.
booing
Like a big
me.
steam room.
It's a lot
theater.
room. Well,
It just-
Felipe wanted to do his at his high school. Like we
Oh my
actually wanted to
God.
go to Boyle Heights High School and shoot it at the high school in the auditorium because to show how far he's come. And I was like, oh my god! What, you
But
know,
he
of
didn't
course I'd do
graduate,
that.
so they wouldn't let him back.
Exactly, they wouldn't let him in. So I was like, so no, but it was ended up being too much
should've done
work,
it
and
outside
San
the
Jose was
school.
better. So, yeah,
Just like in the fucking
In the parking lot.
he would have done it. What's up, fool?
This is where I hung
Yeah.
When I did my half hour for Comedy Central, they asked me, like, they give you a little bit of parameter, like, hey, you can do this, or what do you want as your backdrop? And I said, for my audience, because they basically pay an audience to get there.
Yeah.
I said, can you get all old people? And when I mean old, I want like no one under 80. I said I just want all elderly people in the audience. And they were like, why? And I go, because it's fucking hilarious. And they're like, that's not funny. I go, trust me,
Fucking
it'll be the
kidding me?
funniest thing ever if I'm telling the jokes that I tell, the
Yeah, yeah,
style
yeah.
I tell, and these people are just looking at each other going, what? What did he say? I go, I want them with like wearing
confused.
oxygen.
Fucking with their
I want them
teeth.
in wheelchairs. I
Yeah.
want some on gurneys. And they looked at me like I was an alien, and I was like, this is why it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
It just I need old people.
Because somebody's telling a comedian what's funny.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. It would have gone down, I think. None of my material would have mattered. Everybody would be like, what the fuck is...
He literally killed those 4
Would've been
people.
like, yeah,
That one man
You'd
died
hear,
of cardiac
from the audience,
arrest.
clear!
That's right, Claire. We got this. No. Keep going, guys. Keep going. It's good. We got this. We got one take. We had 2 shows tonight. Yeah.
I've actually done some old people shows where they're really, really
Houston.
good.
I've done. Oh,
Like,
really?
Yeah. Boca Raton used to have a comedy club, the New York Comedy Club in Boca, and it was all these old Jews, and I was all like, they're going to fucking hate me. And I would go down, and they'd be the best audience ever because that culture, they grow up with the Borscht Belt, Catskills, fucking comedy, and they love comedy. So, but most of the time when I see an old crowd, you know what? Old crowds are less sensitive than like millennials.
Yeah.
Old people have heard everything.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you going to do?
You
Hurt
should
them?
start doing carnival cruises and shit.
That pays. I
Yeah.
just can't be on a ship. I'd want to jump off.
Yeah, I can't do a.
No.
I've
never done a cruise?
I've never been on a cruise.
You've
and
done it?
It scares
I've done
me.
it. I did the Oasis, the biggest
You did
cruise
comedy
limit
on it,
there
or
is.
you just went
no,
on
No, I
vacation?
just went on it. But I saw like where they keep the comics. It's like by
Did
the
you get
boiler room.
salmonella?
Like
Yeah,
no,
that's my
but
fear.
you know what I mean?
Salmonella.
Well, that's the thing. You don't want to be below deck. Like all the
Coli.
like real
I
expensive
got
rooms and all that
pink
shit
eye.
are like. If you want a room with a window with the outside, like you're gonna spend some dollars. Not
Below
even-
deck, you're like underwater.
Dude, they're like, yeah, like if the ship is sinking, it's like you're the
but
first
like,
person.
are you living? Like, is your place below water?
Yeah. It's a
Oh, that
common-
sucks.
Well, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
darkness.
Did you
Ugh.
see in 2020 they're gonna launch the Titanic replica from
Oh
Dubai?
my god, are you serious?
Fucking dead
Can't wait
serious.
to be on that
so
one.
fucking
Dude.
stupid.
Who's working that club?
Only
that night?
Dubai would they do something
Fucking
like
like,
that.
here you
Very
go,
much
God, fuck
For
you.
nostalgia for you.
That is the weirdest place. I used to go there a lot to do
Dubai?
comedy. Yeah, and they have an indoor ski resort in the desert. They have a water park. I did this joke on stage. They have a water park that they shoot you up the slide with jets of water, like fire hoses of water. Like you sit down and all of a sudden, and you start going uphill, and then they have prostitutes everywhere.
Well, now if the Titanic had prostitutes, that's a whole different
Yeah.
story.
Nobody knew they were a ship.
This
of
boat's going down. You
prostitutes.
can say that again.
Women and children first, then men, then
How much
prostitutes.
human trafficking you think
Yeah.
goes through?
They're not
fucking
really
Dubai?
women.
How many human?
Children and men first.
Yeah.
Dubai is the apocalypse.
Dubai is.
Vegas is up there. If you had
Vegas
to pick
is-
what the world's going to look like
Mhm.
at the end of the world,
Mhm.
I think you just walk down Las Vegas Boulevard, and that'll be the end of the world.
Because that's what's going to survive.
I don't think it'll survive. I think that's
No?
what's
They
going
have
to
like a whole underground infrastructure, good water
I've heard
table.
tunnels. I've heard tunnels.
Yeah, dude.
Under Vegas. Have you guys
Oh,
heard
I
about
watched the
tunnels filled with
documentary. Yeah.
homeless?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
wow.
eat each other.
And when it rains,
So
they
those
get
are the
fucked.
survivors of the apocalypse, right there.
That's why they say the meek shall
Yeah.
inherit the earth. Like
Yeah.
those people living in the fucking Amazon,
Yeah.
dude, they're gonna have no problem hunting
Yeah.
rabbits when we're gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And eating like turtles and like. We're the ones that
Oh,
can be like,
Joe's
dude,
get-
no way! Like 2 weeks without fucking Fritos. Fuck this.
Joe's going to die so quick when Taco Bell's closed.
I never eat
Dude,
Taco
I would
Bell.
be the worst post-apocalyptic fucker. I'd be like, the first day without hot water, shoot me in the face.
Oh my God, I wear contact
what I mean?
lenses. I'm
Yeah.
blinder than Luke. It's Luke.
Dude,
you,
I
and
can't
you and I are just going to be
exfoliate.
hugging, waiting to get our heads chopped off.
spooning.
My brother's sort of an evil genius, and I asked him one time. We were like sitting there having drinks, and I was like, "This is gonna seem like a weird question, but if like the world just goes to shit, what's your first move?" He's like, "Oh, I'm glad you asked. I have a 12-step process." And I was like, "What?"
There's a
So
shit.
he said that if the world goes to shit, your first move should be to go
Kill the
to a
person nearest
pharmacy and
Yeah.
steal
Antibiotics.
all
Drugs.
kinds of drugs.
Amazing.
Because that will replace currency. Because money will be worth nothing, and the threat of violence will be worth nothing.
Gasoline and water, too.
Nope. No, because getting gas, it will just become, you're just going to go to the gas station, and it's like
They're going to
gonna be-
run out of gas.
Yeah, but like, what are you going to do? You're going to
Amoxicillin,
you're going to
grab
go,
as
you're going to
much.
go fill
Fucking road warrior.
cans of gas while
You know?
you should already have that. But if it ends, go steal prescription medication.
Listen, I know your brother's a psychopath.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
But-
It's a sociopath for sure.
Sociopath, but I have someone a little better than that I would refer to in this case.
Jason?
Yeah, what would you do, Jason, in
What's
the
your first
apocalypse?
move?
We've done this before.
Oh well.
He built a boat going to
well, it
Catalina.
changes where you live. Like I live in Culver City now. So
Yeah.
my,
Oh, nice. You're
my
right
first
about
move
it.
is down into the river with the Jeep, and then
Yes.
out.
Genius.
Like, I want to drive the riverbank out of here. Like fucking.
Where are you going? East?
East.
Oh, you're going
Yeah.
east.
Why are you going east?
Because Vegas is where you go.
Why?
Hoover Dam, water. Like you get out of, you get away from this place. This is the top 5. Like L.A., New York, Nashville, Austin,
Nashville's great.
and San Francisco are like the worst places to live during any tragedy.
Why? Wait, your old plan was you were going to build a raft and go to
It did-
Catalina.
I couldn't get down there now.
Oh.
I'm too
He's too
far,
far.
in. Yeah.
Oh.
Back then, I could I knew the guy I was gonna take it from. You know. Now I'm like,
Oh, you had a boat ready.
I
That's what you need.
had a few.
That's how prepared he
Yeah.
is.
That would be
Well, I
good.
used
I've
to
always
be.
thought
I'm
about
not
that
so
too.
That was
Prepared.
John's thing.
Have you seen there's a
Prescription
show
and,
out there?
and
Is
a
it-
boat.
It's like Doomsday Preppers or something. Have you guys seen that? Doomsday
Yeah.
Preppers? That's a great show, right?
Do you know Doomsday
You love
Prepping?
that?
That's
Your
actually the
life?
name of my comedy special.
Doomsday
Doomsday
Prepping
Preppers.
was a marketing failure in the 50s, and that's where they came up with the neighborhood watch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they couldn't get individuals to build bomb shelters, so they created the neighborhood programs.
Somebody Google that.
Yeah.
Bomb shelter. That sounds like a comedy special. Bomb shelter.
Do we have an episode of Jason's Horrible Life?
No, we don't.
What?
I have a
This
horrible
wa-
life.
I was told that there would be
Look,
an episode
man.
of Jason's Horrible Life.
All right, I had. Okay,
Wait, do we have a
Joe,
choose your own
it's
adventure?
5:30
Is that what we're
in the
talking about?
morning.
Yeah.
I love choose your own
Yeah.
adventure.
Jason does them, and they're amazing.
I can't do one today though.
Can-
I'm not ready.
Can you wing it?
It's not going to be as good, but
No, man.
Every fan of the show, it is their favorite part of the show.
Claude, how you doing, man? Luke, quick question. Solar-powered server farms. Good idea?
Not in Finland.
No, like but as a franchising option. Like say here, like in places.
Oh,
where-
in California, sure.
Yeah, low job. Low.
You need some batteries
right
for
yeah.
nighttime. Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Power walls, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys
When
just
you grow
start a
weed
company
too,
together?
like to create.
On the servers.
That's your. Well, no, weed is your.
Or
other-
weed on the servers.
I love how successful and intelligent Luke is, but yet he falls for Jason every
yeah,
time.
Yeah. I know. I question everything about this.
Yeah.
My ideas are good.
He
That
would
is a
to-
good idea.
Yeah, I know a guy that actually sells them. We can get a solar powered.
We're sitting on one of your worst ideas
It's like-
ever, by the
It's
way.
like it's basically
a
like you
fucking-
take like it's like the size of it's like a cargo container,
Uh-huh.
right? And it's got solar power array. It also has a little chimeria thing that you can burn the stuff from the weed that you
Mhm.
grow, like all the stems and roots and all that. You make little bricks, and that also helps create power.
Mm.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and then you run servers off that shit, and you like
I fell asleep like.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's good. It's a good idea. Let's do it.
Hey, I'm
Have
in.
you guys
You're
seen
running-
those
you're
big things
running
outside of
servers.
Vegas? The heliotrope.
Yes, I wondered what that is.
So okay,
when
are you
you're driving
familiar-
in on
yes.
the 15,
Yes.
you see this like field of like I thought it was just
it's
solar.
I think it's a heliosphere is what they call that. It's a heliotrope. It's basically thousands of focus mirrors that do a forced energy beam, right? And literally they've had these crazy incidences where they, and you can look this up on Wikipedia, where they've focused it, where they're, because it basically boils water in the top of that thing and it spins, a turbine, and you're generating electricity for 125,000 homes, all from just sunlight, right? And the mirrors flex and it always keeps that beam of light, but it's so focused that birds fly through it, dude. It's like Kentucky Fried Chicken. They just
Wow.
literally like
That's
you
terrifying.
know, yeah. And it's like so crazy effective and like efficient. And then of course, like everybody's coming out like they're killing the mud hens.
The more and more
Whatever, but,
shit I
you know.
see, I'm like, I wish I lived back in like the 1800s and rode a horse.
know, man.
No, did you see
Frontier
that? Have you
medicine?
seen that
Ah.
logging?
Yeah, like STD was a death sentence.
Yeah.
Have you seen that logging thing that
Thank
just
God.
grabs a tree and chops the tree, turns the tree
I
sideways,
remember that on the sap.
takes all the branches off, like it like jerks it off, it just chung, chung, and
Yes.
takes all them off, and then it chops them, chung, chung, chung. It's got like
I love
17
machines.
things that it does, but
Yes.
it basically one machine rips a tree down and then turns it into like
Piled
split
wood.
log.
Kindling.
Yes.
Isn't that
And it's-
amazing?
But now we can 3D print a piece of furniture.
Okay, but that's why we're going to lose 40% of jobs over the next 20 years is because of automation.
That's why they're talking
What?
about universal income.
And I think we should do it. And I think you could use the
Dude,
blockchain to use
isn't-
biometrically assigned ledger. What? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, isn't
Did you
the
like that?
fucking
The
whole
fucking-
point?
Everybody's like, my head's gonna explode.
no,
I
like
love the
that's-
buzzwords.
Everybody
Blockchain.
talks
Sorry.
about this whole job loss bullshit.
It's true though. I
The
think.
jobs are required to keep a growing economy based on a capitalist system in a shrinking fucking world. And the reality is that innovation and creation is to get us out of jobs and live like Star Trek people and fucking unitards and run around and paint.
I agree with
and
that.
make songs and
Yes,
dance
and be
around.
artists.
Yeah,
And do- yeah.
and like explore
which
the
is-
human experience.
Which is why
That's
I think
the point.
Which is why I think that like, look in
Says-
Alaska.
says a guy
Says the
wearing
jelly, yeah.
half a sandwich.
Yes.
I love how we all just listen to him like,
Yeah.
oh,
That
man.
was made by 3 small children across the fucking on the other
I'm
side of the
voting for
world for
sandwich.
7 cents.
This is this.
Yeah, but how many did it take to make that?
a lot. This is very.
I saw something on.
thick
Do you guys
skill.
watch John Oliver?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
great. There was the one where the people, I think it was in London, and like if you get a certain amount of names on the register, you can go, and they're like Theron, the Dark Lord, showed up,
Oh,
and
yeah.
all these people. I was, oh my god, it's so funny.
running for
Brit-
office.
running for office, and like the guy has like a huge costume, and like Theresa May is
Hey,
right there.
I always appreciate my Australian friends and fans over there when they do a write-in candidate. A lot of times they'll show me they write me in for office in Australia. So I appreciate it. If you write me in for any office, keep it up.
Do it.
That's one of my favorite things when I get a picture that I was written in for Prime Minister.
That's right.
When they
I'm not
decide
even a
to
citizen.
vote for the most of two evils.
Did you do your mail-in ballot yet, Jason?
No, I go. It's at the firehouse right around the corner. So I
do
just
you?
go. in
You like to
person.
hang there all day?
Dude? It's
Where's your 62?
I'm in. Is it?
Are you at the corner of Inglewood and Venice
No, I'm
Boulevard?
in Palms. Like I'm at right just north of Venice Boulevard.
Luke, do you vote from Germany?
I do.
Yeah.
I get the ballot from San Francisco because that's where I used to live.
And then you send it in?
Yeah.
Have you
Like
ever
that vote counts.
Have you ever met Gavin?
No.
Okay.
Gavin Newsom?
Yeah, I've met Gavin. So Human,
Yeah.
Luke and I have a mutual friend named Human. That's how I met him. And Human is good friends with Gavin, and I met Gavin from Human. And I met him back when he was just the mayor of San Francisco, and I was partying with him. and I didn't
Gavin's
even
why
know.
I'm
That's
not.
that's
his
pretty
boy.
meant from the
pretty
Improv?
rude. Just the mayor of San Francisco.
Just the mayor.
Yeah.
If he
Well,
was
he's going to be
He's going to be president
of the United
eventually.
States.
Yeah.
Gavin Newsom.
being-
Lieutenant governor now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to be
being
governor.
groomed.
This is.
Human.
Is that Human from San Jose Improv? No.
What's that? No,
Human?
another.
Okay, different.
It's funny you know him.
him. Yeah. Okay. Small world.
Do you remember Human from
Yes.
San Francisco
Yeah.
Improv? He let us park in the parking lot, and we took a bottle of champagne. We were like, "Hey, we want to christen the bus." Well, he's like, "Let me get you a bottle of champagne."
Yeah, he's
and he
so
just
great.
brought it out. and
Yeah.
We smashed it over the bus, and it wouldn't break.
Eventually, I think we threw it at the bus and it bounced and it broke on the ground.
Yeah, that's.
Which
there's a
was
bit-
pretty much that tour in a nutshell. That's pretty much everything you need to know.
How much fun did we
That's why I
have?
I
stayed
had a
home.
blast.
I had to stay
You
home.
missed out.
Yeah,
No, I
you
didn't.
did. No, you absolutely did.
Jason, you would have had the
No, I
best
didn't.
time. You know what one of my most fun times was? When we went into Harbor Freight and Tool,
Oh yeah.
and we were so stoned, and we didn't leave for like 4 hours.
You remember I put on the gardening gloves?
Joe had on a gardening glove, and he's walking around going, "I've lost my falcon."
It's like Deion Sanders, come back.
It was like this big welding glove. And he's like, "Has anybody seen my falcon?" And then we took tires. And we were
Oh, yeah, we were having
rolling
tire-
them through the store to see, like, from
Who
one
could go
point to the other,
further.
who could roll it without it flopping down. And you're not allowed to hit the wall on the other side of the store. We just were doing this for hours. And
That was day one, by the way. And you know why we were at Harbor Freight on day one? Because that was the day the bus first broke down.
yeah.
Day zero.
Hey, before the show tonight, I did the wadcast before this. Pull in a gas station to fill up the generator, turn it off. I go to turn it on. Nope. And I was like, motherfucker, if this happens again. But I think it's because I was on an incline, and the gas was just like, not, yeah.
That's
So,
gonna be my guess. Yeah.
yeah, I was so scared, though. I was like, if this fucking thing does this again, I'm
But
lit.
then, remember we figured out we just had to like wait 20 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, that's when it would overheat all the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't do that anymore.
Great.
It's amazing we made it as far as we did in this piece of shit.
Yeah.
We got I forget how many thousands of miles, but we made it all the way to Iowa. We didn't make it back.
He had to tow it
Yeah.
back.
That's where you met them?
We met Tegan in
I wasn't in Iowa.
St. Louis, in Salt Lake City.
Oh yeah, that's right. I totally remember now. I wrote on your fucking thing. I was like, "What are you, Mortal Kombat character?" Now I remember.
Speaking of which, maybe we should play some Mortal Kombat.
Did you get sent home?
Did I get sent home? No,
Oh.
I tapped out.
Oh, you tapped out.
CPC, I passed the baton. We overlapped in Denver, and then he took over for the
Yeah,
Midwest.
we had one good night. That was a fun night when we were
I
all there.
specifically didn't want to go to the Midwest.
Oh, I don't blame
So
you.
we
I
did,
got to do all the states I wanted to do.
we did a show at Denver, and one of my high school friends showed up. It was a really sweet girl, and she brought like 9 of her married girlfriends. And
with CPC around.
so I'm out like dealing with like finishing the show, and I come out and CPC's on the bus with all of them, yelling at them. and and he's like, "You're old." Yeah, that was one of them. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And
That's
then-
the thing about comedians. A lot of them are traumatized.
Dude, we're all
And that shit
traumatized.
comes up like weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awkward.
We're pretty normal.
I think about that
Trauma.
every time I do the show. I'm
Yeah.
like, somebody's farted on this
Sniff
mic.
that
That's right.
fucking
This has been
foamy.
inside someone. It smells that way anyway.
I think
You know, farts.
I think these microphones, some of them have been
Inside.
inside of people.
Dude, I was just at the ATC Comedy Festival in Phoenix, and
Right.
Ari Shafir, I guess, had a sausage. stuffed up his hot.
What?
he's-
He did
Yeah,
what?
He had a sausage, a hot dog stuffed in his
Is that
ass.
what you were talking about
That's
when
what
you
I was
said that
talking about
earlier?
earlier.
There's
on
so
Sam Tripoli's podcast.
yeah, on
Oh,
Punch,
that's
on
that's
Punch Drunk
not
Day.
yeah.
shocking.
Yeah.
They have a
That
bag
was,
of
like,
bets,
awesome.
and then every time they go into it, they pull a random thing. But guess what? They're all somebody shoving something up each other's ass. So I'm not
You know,
saying
you don't
that.
have
Fun
to-
is fun, guys.
You don't have to
know?
include the public in that
America.
hobby.
Yeah,
that can be
exactly.
something you guys
I'm
do
like,
alone.
Guys, do we really have to
Yeah.
pretend we're watching sports to
Ari-
eventually shove shit up each other's ass? Just shove shit up each other's ass.
Yeah,
No one
Ari,
cares who won the Dodgers game.
Sam?
Tripoli didn't watch.
Just go hang out together somewhere.
When
Leave
we-
us out of it.
When we did that shit
gay
on
hot
talking
dog
shit.
porn?
Yeah, we had gay hot
Yeah.
dog eating porn, but it was in your
Yeah,
mouth.
That was
Right.
different. You had to eat something. It was an actual
What?
contest.
You had to watch gay porn. It
You had to,
wasn't
like-
as gay as that.
You had to watch the screen.
Oh,
There
you
was
didn't.
no rules about what you had to watch, but the screen.
So you just focused on one pixel.
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 It was the pee hole pixel, but hey,
That was one of my favorite episodes of all time.
I won.
Did you?
I won.
How many hot dogs did you eat?
I don't know, 40 something, 30 something. It was
Yeah, in
40
12
hot
30,
dogs?
30
12
something.
minutes.
It was like 30. It was a lot.
They had 12
I
minutes.
was really hurting.
We did the rules of the Nathan's
Got
hot dog
dizzy.
eating
Yeah.
contest minus the buns.
No buns at all.
So he was just doing hot dogs.
Just hot dogs. Yeah, I wasn't doing the whole
They were in a
thing.
baby pool
I
full of
couldn't
them
compete like that. But I
without
got
their shirts
professional.
on their knees, watching gay porn.
It was
Yeah.
the shirtless.
Can you
I-
shoot?
I
Can
probably
you shoot
done,
that
like-
as a special?
Yes, we should do that.
What do you think I've
shirtless
done?
gay
How
porn
funny
hot
is it?
dog.
We
yeah.
were-
Eddie, how are we
we're
going to do your
actually-
special? I want guys over here eating hot dogs, watching gay porn.
I think
I
we're
want the
shooting-
elderly watching them.
We're shooting
I'll
a
do my jokes
special
in the
the
room.
night before Thanksgiving. It's not a special per se, but it's an event where these comics will have to eat hot peppers and then do a set, like eat like an entire habanero, and then go try to tell a joke.
You got a
afterwards.
defib on set?
They don't.
You
hopefully
should
they
bring
do,
a defib on set.
I'm not saying you're
because
personally killing
peppers can
comedy,
trigger a
but
fucking cardiac.
which will make it way more fun.
Really?
You can fuck
You
yourself
let
up.
me eat a ghost pepper on that
Oh
episode.
my god, you ate a ghost
I didn't
pepper?
let you do shit. You're your own man. I ate ghost pepper. You made me eat ghost peppers in New Orleans.
Oh, I did.
Well, as part of that thing,
Right.
Travis took me to that. I ate
Ghost
it.
peppers.
Horrible.
Oh my god.
I thought you guys were talking. I thought that Luke's nickname was Ghost Pepper. Like, that's not- I was like, you ate Ghost Pepper.
Ghost pepper. He's still here.
I almost.
To get a good albino joke in, right? Come on.
What
We're
was
still
that?
doing a
What was,
podcast
what
here
was
or
that
what?
porn star that I hooked you up with?
Holly Stevens.
Yeah, I hooked Luke up with a porn star one night, and she was.
Look at you! Like literally, he went back in. He's like,
No,
She died, right? Yeah.
She's
so she passed
dead?
away. Yeah, Luke killed
because of you. I was gonna be like,
I'm,
Is that what you do? You set him up for his kills?
yeah.
I can see Luke as the cleaner,
gonna hook
like
you
the
up
guy
with
that
I,
dissolves
I
bodies.
take all my psycho friends and I introduce them to girls that I don't want to see anymore. Rachel, meet Luke.
Oh, look how sad she is.
I'm just joking. I love Rachel. No, Luke and I were hanging out one night. This girl's hanging out after my show at the Punchline in San Francisco, and she's friends with Paul Provenza and Emery Emery. And I said, hey, she's like, Eddie, hi, I'm friends with Paul and Emery. And I was like, oh, I'm with a bunch of friends. Do you want to come with us? We're going to get a drink. So we're all having drinks across the street at that bar in San Francisco, and all of a sudden, somebody looks at her and they go, one of the girls that was with us, she goes, so what do you do for a living? And she goes, I fuck for money. And I'm like, whoa. I go, you do? And
Luke's like, have you heard about Bitcoin?
So the girls trickle away, the other girls, and it just ends up being me, Luke, and the porn star. And Holly
Stevens.
Stevens, do you remember her
She was
porn name?
cute, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was her porn name. I hope that was. It
I
might
think
have
she
been a real
dated
name.
a comic for a while, too.
Okay, good. I got the right one.
Anyway.
But she's dead now.
Yeah.
Yes, Luke killed her.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a short
It was
relationship.
a, it was a mercy
Wow.
kill.
Yeah, show camera.
Yeah, show the camera.
Show the camera.
Yeah, why not?
All I can think is, does Luke jizz dark black? Like, it's a reverse of us, you know?
So, but the funny part of the
Fine.
story is that she was
We don't have to do this.
I don't know if she liked me or what was going on, but I wanted nothing to do with her. I think I had a girlfriend at the time, but she wanted to hang out with me. So I said, hey, I kept talking about Luke, and I think she was into a threesome with Luke and I kept like playing it up, and she was like totally all in. And then I whispered to Luke, I'm like, she's into the threesome. it's just going to become a twosome soon. I'm going to duck out. I'm going to do an Irish
Eddie's
goodbye.
like, you're gonna kill her, and then I'll fuck you. You have to murder her,
It'll turn me on.
And then
I'll-
we can
then
be
I'll-
friends.
then I'll finally
I'll
fuck
let you produce my show.
So I
Yeah, fuck, marry, kill her, and then I'll fucking marry you.
so they're getting along really well, and I finally see I go, I'm going to the bathroom, and then I just sneak out the back door, and I'm like walking home, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm like 3 blocks from home, and I get this text from Luke, get back here, I'm losing it, I'm losing it. So I have to come back and set the table again and talk to
Wow.
her. And so I'm like, I give it again. I'm like, I'm out of here, Luke. I'm out of here. And then Luke walks her to the door.
Yeah, I got her. We were making out in the. I got her in a taxi. We were making out in the taxi. Got her to her apartment, and then she gave me a kiss and then pushed me out and closed the door.
Yeah.
I called Eddie. I'm like, I'm across the street, and she said no. And Eddie's like, you, god damn it.
This is where we connect.
What?
I friend zoned a hooker, so there you go.
You friend zoned a hooker.
Yep.
Is
Like-
that just not paying her?
No, they paid her. They sent me up
still
with a
didn't
girl.
work
I
out.
didn't realize. I didn't.
That's called stiffing.
I'm just a polite first date. I didn't realize she was a prostitute.
Would you have had sex with her?
Who
No.
paid her?
If we had paid for it?
No, no, there's something I can't do the prostitute thing. By the way, it's 80,000 people that'll die from mud flows when Rainier pops.
I mean, that's.
And you can see that on jasonhour.com.
No, it's like in 15 minutes.
Do you still
Like,
own hourofpower.com?
No, it's gone. Yeah, I don't have it anymore. I don't know what happened to it.
I offered to sell it to you, and then you never wrote back to me.
Oh,
so
it
I
was
let
probably
it
because
go.
I was homeless.
Wait a minute. You got a
You
site
own
for him, and then you
hourofpower.com.
tried to sell it to him?
Yeah.
You've got $200,000 in Bitcoins, and this guy...
Never got a stone unturned.
Hey, every penny
He was in a
earned.
dark place. the porn star just left. He didn't know what she looked like anyway.
Jason was driving an Uber, and you were going to sell him his website probably at a premium.
I love it.
Poor Jason.
Yeah, no,
Didn't I try to buy it from you?
maybe like
You
yeah, because
still on it?
I made the fake book on it. The Tom Cruise barista.
That was
by
amazing.
Jason Hour. Yeah,
The book cover made me laugh. So
That was funny. We used to have really good fans that made really good
we
shit
used to
all
have
the
a good
time.
show.
Yeah. I said that.
Bacon research.
Jason, that's back when you used to show up. And we don't like sober
And do
Jason.
cool shit.
Did I not show up tonight?
Yes, drunk too, and high. That's
I'm
the
not
way we like you.
I'm not
oh,
drunk or high.
I mean, Luke is drunk and high. Jason's sober as a judge.
Which is
a
an
drunk
interesting
high
trend.
judge.
That's a say. They can't
That
say that
doesn't
anymore
apply to
because
Kavanaugh.
now our judges are fucking
That's right.
rapey as fuck when they drink.
Rapey. I like beer. Do you
I like
black out?
beer.
Do you black out? I thought that was crazy when he was doing that.
Did he say, did you?
That's what he said. They were like, do you ever drink so much that you black out? He's like, do you black out?
You blacked
I
out,
like
Senator?
beer.
All right, who's got a blackout story? Have you blacked out?
Well, I wouldn't be able to tell much of a story.
Wow.
Do you remember blacking out?
I remember doing some things that are horrible on alcohol. I don't really black out. The only time I
I've blacked out 75 times.
Have
Oh,
you
really?
Yeah,
I've only
at
blacked out
least,
once.
At least.
I've had one where I was
I am always
What-
rolling
wait,
fucking tape. I
Wait,
hate
hold
it.
on. Let back up a second. How many times, like, blackout meaning the next day you were like, I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's
No, I remember. Yeah,
that's
Like
only happened to me
nothing.
like twice,
I've had 0.
maybe
Zero?
3
What the
times.
I've had it
fuck?
like twice or 3
I've had it
times.
one time.
Oh,
And I drink.
Yeah,
and
lots.
you've been around my drinking too.
75
You know,
at
How
least.
many have you had?
like 2 or 3.
Okay, give me your best blackout
Well,
story.
one was the breathalyzer.
Oh, that I
The
feel bad.
breathalyzer episode. I
We
remember
drugged you.
puking on the porch and then I just disappeared.
That was
and I don't
illegal
know.
what we did to you.
I woke up in a tattoo parlor
Oh my god.
with a blanket like
you remember
just
when we-
thrown at me.
So the aftermath of my story is great. So Eddie and I used to do we're doing the show. We used to do the show up in San Francisco. Alice Morning.
The Alice
whatever.
Morning
yeah,
Show.
the Alice Morning Show.
97.3.
Yeah, I went out with them one night. Woke up in my bed in the morning. I'm like, fuck, how did I get home? And so I turned on the radio, and this caller calls in and says, yeah, Luke the albino threw up on the side of my car last night, and I had to clean it off.
Like some random
I
listener.
learned what
gave-
I did like on the radio the next morning.
Jason, when Jason
I blacked out like with you.
to his defense, when he blacked out, we were testing our new breathalyzer, And
They're
we were,
spiking my beers with shots.
so he did.
And then
He did 12 units of alcohol in 1 hour. And then, and the breathalyzer, he was still
What
blowing
does 12
legal.
units mean?
Like
Like
a
12
beer
shots.
and a shot, so that's 2.
It's like 12.
Right.
He did 6 beers with 6 shots in it, and he didn't know the shots were in them. And
That's like 2 shots.
he was blowing, like when he would blow the breathalyzer, he was always coming legal. And then he walked out of the house to take a piss, and we came back outside, and he was just passed out, like with vomit beside him. And we were like, oh my God, he's gonna like lay him on his side. We don't want him to choke on this. And then we had him blow on the breathalyzer again, and it was like 0.32 or something. It was really high.
That's hot.
I did 4. I mean, you know, I did 40 whiskey shots in 2 hours.
What?
Yeah.
It's horrible.
The
It's
Lakers.
the worst place in the
Kobe,
world.
Kobe
The
Bryant's. Do you
shot
know
challenge.
this?
No,
Kobe Bryant's
because
final
I
game.
prepared for it. I ate
Oh,
I
here we
ate
go.
pasta, bacon, and eggs like the whole day. I was eating spaghetti carbonara. I did black out eventually, though. I puked twice. I did black out. I was not the most hungover I've ever been. Not even close. But I did black out, and I woke up the next day, and I had a message from this girl, and she was like, I can't believe that happened. And I was like, what? Like, what the fuck's happening? And I texted her back. I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, you came over to my place. And I was like, no. And I had never hooked up with this girl before. We had been like kind of like sexting for a while, but so I was like, well, I didn't drive over there, so I checked Uber, and I Ubered to her place and Ubered back,
A snail trail.
and I was like,
on
like
the
memento.
map.
I was like, I texted her, I go, you know, I took 40 shots of. I was like, you date raped me. I was like, I took 40 shots of whiskey in 2 hours, and she sent me a screenshot of my text to her, which was like, so are we hooking up or what? And she was like, I don't think so. You're wasted. And I wrote back, if it's not you, it's going to be someone else.
Oh.
And then she was like, fine, come over. And so I,
What a close, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, if it's not you, Eddie, it's gonna be somebody. So
Yeah. And she's,
Cosby said that.
yeah. And she took me up on it. She was like, well, if you're going to go 40 shot blackout drunk hook up with somebody, may as well be me.
That's right.
Any blackouts for you?
I had I don't really drink much, and I went out with this other like couple from my kid's school, right?
Oh, that's always a good person
oh my
to black
God, it
out
was
with.
great. And so the guy's like, he's like,
So I'm on a job interview.
and so, well, no, it was great because it was me and my wife, and she's like, "You got this. It's gonna be fun." I was like, "Oh, awesome! Like, we're gonna hang out with this couple." And so he proceeds to order like the IPA that's like it's like a Sculpin or some like super high, like 7.1, and then a shot of and I don't drink whiskey, but Buffalo Trace,
Oh yeah.
That's what I was drinking.
Buffalo
good
Trace,
stuff, man.
Buffalo Trace, and IPA, and it's like Buffalo Trace, IPA, Buffalo Trace. You know, we did 3 of those. Right, and that's like the last.
Were you
thing
at my
we did-
job?
No, it was no, this was in Culver City somewhere, right? And I was like, and I remember walking across the street to Rush Street and being like, dude, round of Jameson, right? Just shots. And the last thing was like looking at the bottom of that shot glass. And the next thing I know, I'm like waking up the next morning, and I still felt great because I was still drunk. I had the hangover hadn't kicked in, and I woke up and I was like, oh God, I feel great. And I touched my wife. She goes, "Don't fucking touch me," you know. And I was like, "Whoa, oh shit! Like, what happened?" She was like, "What was that gay dancing shit that you were doing?" And I was like, "You're just making shit up now, dude." You know what I mean? She's like, "On to me."
You
know?
made out with that
Yeah,
dude
exactly. I
on the
was like,
dance
"What?"
floor.
So yeah, that was a blurry moment, but that was it. You know, I just remember, and then trying to like decipher your way back, like. You know, memento. Like I was here,
Yeah,
and then I was
yeah.
I was wearing
Tattoo
this. I was
clothes.
here before. Yeah, exactly.
I had the hangover
credit
thing.
card receipt. you
Mine
know.
was a guy showed me pictures. I was going from one city to another. I had 2 colleges, and I had a night off and I knew somebody in Louisville, Kentucky, and it
Okay.
was the manager of the improv there. And he's like, "Yeah, come hang out, blah blah blah." And he's like, "I can get you a discount on a hotel room. You'll stay there, blah blah blah." And there was this other comic that's a Pittsburgh guy that lives there. He goes, "Yeah, we'll meet up and we'll get drinks. Meet us at Hooters." So I get there like after my show. I drive a couple hours, so I get there at like 11 o'clock. We meet at Hooters. We have a couple beers, and then they take me to this Belgian beer bar. And no one's there. It's like a Monday or Tuesday night in Kentucky and Louisville. No one's out. But I just started drinking this Belgian beer, and I didn't realize that it was like
12%.
15.4%.
Oh my God.
Right, yeah.
And I drank, I don't know how many of them, but it was like I drank 4 bottles of wine or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
So I got up to go to the
God.
bathroom, and I went into there was like, you leave the bar room and you go into this other room that was like a kind of like a sitting room where like restaurant. And I remember looking down, the floor was like this. It was like a parquet floor. My last memory was, this is a really good floor to break dance on.
I love it.
And so I started doing backspins on the floor. And the next thing I know, I wake up in the back seat of a rental car in a McDonald's parking lot with so many wrappers of like McDonald's like food that I was like, how much fucking food did I eat?
How many of these cheeseburgers did
But I was
crush?
like, how did I get here? I drove. I'm in
Yeah.
the back seat. So I'm so hot and like, you know, the sun's come in and I'm like dying, hangover. I go into like a convenience store or whatever and I buy like 2 Gatorades,
Yeah.
Advil, you know, like everything to try to like get myself back to. And I'm like, where am I? What town am I in? How did I get here? I'm like trying to piece everything together. And I get a text from the owner of the comedy club or the manager. And he's like, dude, wow. And I'm like, oh my God, I
Oh,
feel like shit. I
God.
go, how the fuck did I get here? And he just sends me a picture of me completely naked taking a shit in a parking lot.
Oh my God.
And I'm like,
America.
what?
Alcohol.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And he's
Is
like,
that picture out there still?
Yeah,
dude?
yeah.
Like
Somewhere out
wait till
there.
wait till
I have, a
Eddie's
picture
week.
I have a picture of me completely blacked out, shitting off the 18th floor balcony of a hotel in Acapulco down in just like the pool area. They were like, you just took a shit. Like,
this is the stuff.
just ruined
dropped.
30
Yeah, shit
vacations.
just dropped out of the sky on some people.
This is the stuff that like all these movements and all these social justice warriors are trying to stop.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this is so like if we told this, they'd be like, this frat boy, toxic masculinity, humor, blah blah blah. And
Yeah.
it's like, do you really want this to go away? This is so
Yeah.
funny. He shit off an 18th floor
Yeah.
balcony. That's
Yeah.
fucking funny.
I went. I was hanging out with these girls. They were like, "Come over to our place and we'll do happy hours up by the Laugh Factory." So I go up there. I drive from Venice. I park at their place, and we go to a club like right next to the Laugh Factory. And I'm getting drunk. Fucking, the whole night goes wild. We're crazy. We're going bar to bar to bar, and I'm like, "Fuck, I gotta go." So at some point, I don't remember leaving, but apparently I blacked out, and I get up the next day. And I'm doing the detective. I'm like going through receipts.
Yeah.
So I had a receipt from like a McDonald's on Sunset at like 1:30 in the morning, and then I have a receipt from In-N-Out Burger in Culver City
The Venice
at
one,
like
yeah.
1:37.
Yeah, it's the
I'm like,
last
first of
stop.
all, I can time travel because somehow I made it from fucking Sunset to Culver in 7 minutes. And then so I'm piecing it together, and then I'm like, fuck, I have no idea. So I call them, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? They're like, you just like hit a wall, and then you're like, I gotta eat. And I was like, apparently I ate twice. And I was like, okay, I'm like, I'll see you guys and whatever. It's like I was like, I'm gonna get into a cab and I'm gonna go back and get my car. So I go back, car's gone, not in their lot. I'm like, fuck. So I call, is my car been towed or is my car been like whatever? Calling tow yards, calling the
Repossessed.
police, repossessed. Yeah, did I not pay parking tickets? Nothing. No one has my car. So fuck. Now I cab back to Venice and I'm like, this sucks. I got blackout. I like spent too much money at the bar, spent too much money on fucking food. I don't know where my car is. And I left my dog like the night before. My dog was looking at me like, you fucking scumbag. So I was like, all right, I'm going to take my dog out for a walk. I walk my dog. My car is parked on the block. I fucking drove it home.
Oh, dude.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
delete
like-
that. That's
Yep.
an admission.
That's like Gene Pompa.
Pumpa.
I did
What-
that in high school one time.
We just got to wrap it up.
No, I'm just saying like that blackout shit. One time, I
One
drove
time?
once.
This is
No, I
crazy.
only did the
Oh,
driving
drove.
blacked
Yeah.
out one time.
You got a GED though.
I got an ATP too.
What's an ATP?
I'm not sure.
Identity triphosphate.
Yeah, amateur
I got
tennis
a
professional.
DAGA, and I'm part of the Universal Church of Light.
So when this wraps up, I get to go? Is that
No, you're here all night. If
No.
you want.
Oh.
Claude, I want to thank you very
Good,
much.
Thanks for having me.
Anything you want to plug?
We have a show next Wednesday live from the Ice House on Laugh Lounge, the app. So download it.
I'm
Android.
doing that
is
show,
the-
correct?
Yeah, you're on the
Yeah.
show.
Is the
That's gonna-
Laugh Lounge app is free? correct?
Hey,
free.
hey, you got anything next week,
You
Eddie?
gotta tell people out there it's free.
It's
so they know.
free. You don't have
Download
to
the
spend
Laugh
a
Lounge
dime. They
app.
call that freemium in the new economy.
Laugh
Laugh
Lounge.
Lounge. You can go to laughlounge.com. There's links to Android and iPhone there, and Apple TV.
You know the problem with the new economy? It's trying to exist in the same world as the old one.
We're gonna end on that.
And then everybody froze.
Wow, you just made everyone really uncomfortable.
I'm sweating.
Do you want to send anyone to anything? Do you still doing the
Oh,
bonus?
we're
bonus
still
extra?
on?
We're doing plugs.
I thought we closed on
Yes.
that. I thought we were gonna fade out on that.
No,
New
we
economy
just want to put
shit.
some uncomfortable silence. Anything?
Eventually the bonus extra, might be up. I gotta figure some shit.
Everybody go to our Instagram. You'll see pictures of Rachel in her outfit.
Yeah.
out. Aeon Flux. What's your costume?
It was Day of the Dead.
Oh, okay.
You look good though, Rachel.
When does this come out?
This comes out tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Excellent.
Go to the Comedy Store on Sunday for Save
Yeah.
the Waves.
Sunday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Happy what? Oh, happy
Happy
Halloween.
Halloween.
Happy
Yeah,
Halloween.
check us out. Sunday, we're going to be at the Comedy Store, 8 o'clock. It's called Comedy Wipeout. Lachlan Patterson, Joe Praino, Monty Franklin. Chris Wilde says he's on the show. Says he's hosting. Steve-O's going to be on the show.
Andrew Norelli.
Andrew
Chad Goes Deep.
Norelli.
It's a white guy
Chad Goes Deep.
bonanza.
It's all white guys. If
We're
you
gonna have
like
a bunch
white
of,
guys.
We're gonna drink a bunch of
It's
skis.
a bunch of white bros
Yeah.
though. It's not like
it's a-
white.
It's
It's
white
not like,
bro.
yeah, it's not like
everyone,
white.
everyone can surf on the show. We're much better
Stiffs.
at comedy than we are at surfing, but. And we do have a special guest that I can't announce yet. Very, very special guest.
They better fucking
get
surf.
Get your tickets at eddief.com/comedy wipeout, and you better get them because they're going quick. 350 seats, they'll be gone.
And can everybody follow me on Instagram because that's all that matters anymore?
Yeah,
At Joe Praino.
yeah.
If I get a bunch of
Yeah.
Instagram followers, I can get like
Yeah,
a
at
comedy
Jason
special
Hour.
on Laugh Lounge. If I don't have
Yes.
Instagram followers,
Yeah.
I don't care how funny
That's
I
where I
am.
want to get my special too on
Joe
Laugh
Praino.
Lounge.
Yes.
I
we'll
do
it.
this show. I should have more followers.
At
go-
Laugh Lounge US.
At Laugh Lounge US. What's your
At
Instagram?
Jason Hour. That's my fucking shit. Everything.
All
At
right,
Jason Hour.
Jason, you don't do anything.
Because
on
I'm boring now. I have a kid. I'm fucking.
I'm putting up a
too.
story of Rock Hard Rachel
We'll
right
talk.
now. So
it. Yeah,
that
we're
you
gonna
guys
put
can
up a
look
story.
at this
We're all
tomorrow.
gonna put. I
Do
can't.
that.
I don't have my phone.
I can do
With
coffee.
But Rachel will be. There will be videos of Rachel on Joe Praino's
At Joe
Instagram.
Praino. Tons
At
of
Joe
them. So
Praino.
many skeevy videos.
Yeah.
All the
love it.
skeevy videos.
Yeah.
I have my face.
Oh, I know it is
Hashtag
Eyes Wide Shut.
But
Sweaty
thank you
me
very
too.
much. I
Thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much. I
And
appreciate
Luke, you want to plug anything?
Dude, at Draco Malfoy on Twitter. I don't actually post anything, but
Good night,
He's
everybody.
dead, though.
Good night.
Unfortunately,
Hey,
no.
let's just do the beginning of the show. Let's do the comedy wipeout plug.
Stop